Now I don't need to go to the therapist, and now I'm all good. Let's talk about the topics of this week. And of course, one of the first things I need to talk about is, of course, the fighting, because I almost was in a fight. So when we look at what happened in MMA, right? And I have it here on my notes, of course. Let me just open my notes. The UFC fights. I don't mean to disrespect the past event now, and congratulations to Marlon Chito Vera, who put on an amazing performance, obviously. Like, I think, so I was one of the few people, I got you Chito, who said Chito's gonna win, of course. But and I didn't expect this fashion, of course. It was pretty awesome. Like Chito, awesome performance. Now I think he called for Aldo. So I'm gonna rematch Aldo and I'm gonna kick his ass. And he's on a roll right now, right? So Chito Vera is on a roll. It's not always super pretty. I mean, it's technically very sound, obviously, and it looked very good this past fight. Like he's rolling with the punches and everything. But it's not like super flashy, which is not a point of critique. I'm just saying, like, maybe that's why he doesn't have like this hype behind him. But so I'm looking forward to seeing like where he's taking this run right now, because he's on fire. Chito is on fire. So congratulations. Chito Vera was pretty fun to watch. I appreciated that a lot. That was really cool. Okay. But then of course we have the upcoming event that we have to discuss a little bit in greater detail. We should discuss in great detail, and it's Charles the Bronx. Oliveira versus Justin highlight Gaethje, and of course this is just going to be insane. This is going to be an insane fight. Can't wait for it. I think this is one of the most anticipated fights for me personally the past year or so. So Oliveira Gaethje should be really, really awesome. Not lots of trash talk, just throwing down. And I mean, you've seen a Dan Hardy breakdown, I'm sure, probably, if you're an MMA fan. You watch Luke Thomas talk about it. You listen to Ariel if you have nothing better to do. See show notes for details. No, but that was a joke. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun fight, and it's gonna be like all of them set. Right? It's gonna be like Gaethje, who can of course throw down with everybody, but who can get a bit reckless at times, even though he dialed it down. Oliveira, who gets hit a lot, especially in the beginning until he adjusts. That's gonna be, but then overcomes and then just gets it done. So that's gonna be super exciting to see. Like, will Gaethje get him out early on? Will Oliveira hang in there? Will he then eventually be able to get out Gaethje? I'm excited for this, and it's not about trash talking here. And it's just who's the better fighter, and that's gonna be so much fun, and I can't wait for it because I like both of those guys as fighters. So yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. My pick, I know I'm a Charlie Olives fan because I like how he overcomes like those difficult situations and then still wins. I just am afraid that this difficult situation with Justin Gaethje will be too difficult. I think, yeah, Poirier rocked him and so on. I just think if Gaethje rocks him, it's a different kind of rocking. I think. So if I would have to hatch my wagon I would go with Anu. But then again, I mean, when we saw how Justin Gaethje fought against Khabib, and I don't want to say choked. I'm sorry, Justin Gaethje. But was it Khabib that shut Justin Gaethje down? Was it Justin Gaethje not being at his best? Was he too excited? And even he did land good shots. I mean, he compromised Khabib's leg quite a bit. But we haven't seen him pull off the big one just yet. But I mean, otherwise he would be champion, obviously, right? Same thing we said about Charles Oliveira before he became champion. You haven't seen him win the big one. You always say that until they win the big one. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like, it changes all the time, and I just look at it and I'm like, could be anything. I'm just hoping for a good fight, and I like both of the guys. I hope we see a rematch afterwards if it's a close one, because they're both awesome. Yeah, the odds. I think the odds. Oh God, I'm not gambling. It's not allowed in Thailand. But the odds are, I think Justin Gaethje is plus 145, which means he's an underdog if it's plus, right? So Charles Oliveira is the favorite here. Um, yeah, but it's just gonna be fun. I can't wait. I can't wait. All right, yeah, that's awesome. Next fight, it's also going to be awesome. Rose Namajunas, Thug Rose is taking on Carla Esparza in a rematch years in the making. Carla Esparza kind of like reinvented herself. Like, congratulations, Carla Esparza. Like at this one point, she was like kind of like in a gatekeeping role, kind of, you thought, but then I don't know, reinvigorated, like tearing through everybody, kind of. Stringing together those wins and now gets the shot again. So congratulations, Carla Esparza. I like Carla Esparza a lot. I like watching her. I mean, I'm not a big wrestling fan, but I just like her energy. I like when she gives interviews and things like that, which she doesn't do a lot, but I'm always happy seeing and hearing her. So that's cool. But of course, Rose Namajunas. I'm sorry, Rose, but not. I don't want to say I'm not a native speaker, so excuse my vocabulary. Bit weird, but in a not in a bad way. Like, how do I say quirky? I'm not sure. So not like your normal fighter, which is cool, right? So I like Rose, and I like her in ring style, her in octagon style, obviously. So she's smart. She adjusts and she throws some cool kicks in between. So yeah, I got Rose. And I just like her style. I like Carla Esparza as far as you can like someone from not knowing. But yeah, I got Rose here, and I hope Rose just gets on a longer run and then sets up like some big fights in the future as well. Then what else do we have? We have Michael Chandler. Michael, see you at the top. Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Yeah. Oh shit! Michael Chandler is See, now I have no clue what the odds mean. So Michael Chandler says like plus 310, Tony Ferguson minus 410. But isn't minus the favorite? How can Tony Ferguson be a favorite? Like, it would be a big favorite. How? In which world is Tony Ferguson right now a favorite over Michael Chandler? Maybe I'm just too stupid and I can't read it. Also, the rankings, Chandler is 5th, Ferguson is 7th, as if the rankings mean anything. But yeah, so Michael Chandler, Tony Ferguson, I think we're going to see Michael Chandler at top of this fight. Sorry. Yeah, I like Tony a lot. I actually tried to buy like one of his shirts, but couldn't get it here in Thailand. Yeah, so I like Tony Ferguson a lot. I'm just not sure if he can bounce back after those last really bad losses. So I think Chandler's got this, even though I'm not the biggest Chandler fan. See at the top. Not here for a long time, but for a good time. Flat Earth, no, it's not Flat Earth, right? Oh no, Vaccine and Masked, right? And you can think what you want. I don't really care as long as we all just live like happy together and respect each other. But like, it's like, he tweeted, right? I'm on a flight and the pilot came on and said mask mandates are no longer required. I feel honored to be on that flight. You're honored to be on a flight without a mask. I'm not a native speaker, but I know that's not what the word honored is intended for. So yeah. Other than that, I mean, he seems to be a good guy, adopts like all the black children. And that was also just a hyperbole, of course. But no, seems to be a good guy. So all the success in the world, well-deserved Michael Chandler. He's very well-spoken, he's smart. It's just like Tony Ferguson, man. You want to see Tony win. But yeah, maybe I have to go with Michael Chandler. We have Shogun Rua. We have Shogun Rua on the card, really, versus OSP. Okay, both coming to the ring with like a stroller or something. Yeah, if OSP doesn't win that one, no, I mean, come on, he's a legend, but he's an old legend. And speaking of legends that are a little bit past their prime, we have the Cowboy Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lauzon. Yeah, that's gonna be fun too. let's just meet in the middle and throw down. And then Cerrone's just going to take him down and choke him out. I know it's going to be fun. Like it's a fun card. I mean, of course, I can't root against Donald Cerrone against Cowboy, but of course, Joe Dawson got like all the chance in the world to just make this his fight. Obviously, and it's going to be a fun card. It's going to be awesome. Nice. I'm really looking forward to that. Let me know what you think. Who you got? Who else do we have? We have Randy Brown, Chaos Williams, Macy Chiasson, Norma Dumont, Brandon Royval. Brandon Royval was really funny on Luis Gomez podcast. What's it called? The MMA rap with Dave Smith. That was really fun. He's fighting Matt Schnell, who has a German last name, which means fast, by the way, Schnell. Yeah, but Brandon Royval was really funny, really fun listening to. He looked really good the last time out. Matt Schnell too, though. That's gonna be tough. Blago Ivanov versus Marcos Rosterio de Lima. I know Blago Ivanov has lots of stoppage power in his hands, but I'm just not a fan of his style. We have Tracy Cortez fighting against Melissa Gatto. Can't say much about Melissa Gatto, to be honest. We know Tracy Cortez. So let's see what happens there. But the main card is obviously insane, so I can't wait for this. Do we also need to talk about Bellator? Let me quickly check what's on. Oh yeah, sure. Let's talk about Bellator. The company, the martial arts company with the worst advertising in history. It's ridiculous how they're not advertising or not doing a good job at advertising the event. It's just so ridiculous. If you don't search for Bellator, you'll never find it anywhere. It's crazy. Anyway, what do we have? We have Bader versus Congo 2. I mean, a time machine? What's happening? We have Bader versus Congo. Ryan Bader takes this via hugging. I don't know. And Ryan Bader is a cool person in interviews too, of course. And probably take Congo probably too. I don't know. I have really not listened to much of him. He's like, he wanted this rematch, of course. Yeah, of course he wanted it, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, on Bellator, they don't even say the age of the fighters anymore. So, but they've both been around for forever. How is Bader still the champ, by the way? We also have Yoel Romero, Soldier of God. I love you. Versus Alex Polisi. I have no idea who Alex Polisi is. I'm sorry. I know you could beat me up. I'm sorry, Alex Polisi. Alex Polisi has a record of 10-1. That sounds good. Yoel Romero is now down to 13-6, by the way. Strange, right? But yeah, let's see if Yoel Romero makes a weight. You never really know. I mean, it would be cool to see Yoel to do Yoel thing one more time. But yeah. So for Bellator, it's just, I mean, the ads suck. The website sucks. The marketing is terrible. It's like, Scott Coker, if you need help. I said it many times before, just let me know. We can fix that. You've got good fighters. We can fix the marketing. Seriously. It's so sad. What else do we have? Let me look at my MMA notes. Who do we have? Oh yeah, of course. One championship, big announcement. One championship announced that they're going to be on Amazon Prime in the US. Great, that's cool. You can now buy them. You can spend money to watch one championship, which you were able to do free on YouTube before. It's a great deal. That's great news for fight fans. Explain to me how that's great news. I don't get it. It was free on YouTube. Maybe it's just because is it free in Asia on YouTube, like where I am, and not in the US, but it was free in the US too in YouTube, right? You can watch it on YouTube. I don't. Yeah, congratulations. I mean, I would understand if it's like a deal on like a TV station. You're like, hey, people gonna zap through, but no one's gonna be like, hey, let me go randomly through Amazon Prime and see what's on there. Oh, there's one championship. Let's look. I'm not sure if it works like this, right? To be honest. Then again, I'm not using Amazon Prime, so I wouldn't know. So let me know if I just don't get it, maybe. So please let me know. They were all excited about it also. I mean, must be something in there for them. Okay, then we had also boxing, of course, this past weekend. And I'm not the biggest boxing fan, but of course, Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano was also big for me. They did a good job marketing Bellator. Look at them. Gee, even me as a not boxing fan was like all hyped about it. Great fight. Like a really active fight, lots of back and forth. 2 minutes is a bit short for rounds, in my opinion, though. Yeah, they both went at it, went after it. Congratulations, Katie Taylor. I think it was a deserved fight, even though Jake Paul deserved win, even though Jake Paul disagreed there. He was like, yeah, it was a robbery. It was not a robbery. Katie Taylor was the better boxer. But Serrano landed heavy shots, of course, at some point, but still, I think Katie Taylor got this, yeah. But they want to do a rematch, probably makes sense because so much money that they generated there. So congratulations to Katie Taylor, congratulations to Jake Paul, Eddie Hearn for making shitloads of money and for probably being able to run it back. Then Jake Paul also trashed Conor McGregor, saying Conor is ducking him. It's just still funny because, Jake Paul is... Conor is probably not ducking Jake Paul. Like, why would he? Nobody's done. No real pro fighter should be ducking Jake Paul. Then he's still calling out Bisping, who is like twice his age almost, who's got one eye, hip replacement, knee surgeries or whatever. But Bisping is also really, really playing it up. I think Bisping says he doesn't want to, but I think he wants to. Like on every podcast he's on every time he has a mic in the hand, he mentions Jake Paul's name. So yeah, I do think Bisping actually wants it. He says he doesn't, but I do think Bisping actually wants it. There must be so much money on the table there, because otherwise, why would you risk your legacy? And honestly, of course, Bisping would be a more accomplished, better boxer and so on. But with one eye and like the body being like it is, maybe Jake knocks him out. Oh my god! Can you imagine if Jake really knocks out like Bisping, for example? Oh my god, they would never stop the bragging. So yeah, let's see where this goes. Lastly, I have a bone to pick with ESPN, because ESPN totally stole my idea of like looking at the storylines that are happening, or storylines happening that going into the event and then coming out of it. That was my idea. I did this like 6 months ago. So now ESPN, Megan O'Leary and Brett Okamoto just did it this week. How dare you? Not even giving me any credit. Megan O'Leary, Brett Okamoto, I'm looking at you. I'm gonna block you on Twitter. More on Twitter in a second, of course. So yeah, I don't know how to wrap this up. ESPN, I would cancel you, but I'm not subscribe anyway. So good on you, Brett and Megan, for stealing my idea, though. All right, let's move on from the MMA and boxing world.